Be the guy who stays in the game. Gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. You know, it is so important that on your journey to achieving your goals, working towards hitting those targets that you set for yourself, that you remain consistent, that you remain focused and locked in on achieving your goals. You know, there are going to be times on your journey to achieve these targets or to just develop personally in general where the motivation is lower. You don't feel like it today. You don't feel like getting up and doing the difficult things that need to get done. That's normal. As a human being, motivation goes up and down, up and up and down. But guys, it is so important that you stay switched on. It is so important that you stay locked in. Because when you look at history, it will tell you one thing about success. Success is generally, outside of luck, outside of those small percentage of cases, based on consistency. The people who are the most successful in the world, the people who you look up to, the people you follow and like on Instagram and YouTube and TikTok, those people that have blown up and have attracted people to them, have been doing what they've been doing for a long time. You know, at the very start, they weren't very good. At the very start, they didn't have the evidence to do what they were doing. They didn't have the portfolio that they have today, but they continued and they persisted. And over time, the momentum started to build and the results started to come. And then you look at them today as the finished article. And if you want to achieve your goals and you want to attain success, then you must follow the same formula. Because guys, the reality is that in 2025, to achieve your goals, you don't have to be particularly special. Most people are lazy. Most people are ambitionless. Most people just want to do their job, clock in and clock out and relax. But if you are a guy who is super motivated, if you are a guy who has big dreams, big ambitions, it is so important that you go the extra mile. It is so important that you show up consistently and you maintain your good habits. You arrive on time, you dress sharply when you go into your place of work. If you're looking at building a social media presence, you are consistent. Because you will be rewarded for that consistency. I truly believe that you get out what you put in. Now look, it's not to say that there aren't going to be times where things are more difficult or, you know, there aren't going to be times where certain challenges arise. There are, that's life. There are moments where things just get in the way. But if on the things that you can control, you are the same, you are consistent, you are the steady Eddie, who's always there, who's always showing up, you're going to start to accumulate these wins. You're going to start to accumulate these pieces of evidence to suggest that you can go on and build something special. Just look around you. Look at the people that you follow. Look at the people that inspire you. Look at the people, maybe the leaders of the world. Look at their consistency. Look at how long it took them to get to where they are today. They stayed in the game. Now, I'm not saying you need to be the president. I'm not saying you need to be the prime minister. I'm not saying you need to be a CEO of a Forbes top 5 company. No, 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 no. For whatever it is that you have set out for yourself, maybe it's a new business venture. Maybe, like I mentioned previously, you wanted to go and build a social media profile. But for whatever it is, the formula is simple. Just be consistent. Be the guy who stays in the game. Because most people drop out at the slightest sign of difficulty. Most people will say, no, I don't want to do all that. That's enough for me. And that's where you come in. That's where you come in and you say, I'll do that. I'll give that a go. I'll put my hat in the ring. But look, guys, if it's not you, then who? If not now, when? You have to start asking yourself these questions. Because, look, if you want to be the guy that doesn't want to do those things, and you want to be the guy who, puts in a bit of effort, but not 100%, the marketplace will return the same energy to you. But if you want big things, and you want big results, and big successes in your life, you have to give. And you just have to show up, and you have to be consistent. The marketplace rewards consistency. The marketplace rewards effort. Look, guys, I said it before. If not you, then who? If you don't do it, somebody else will. If you're a guy that's motivated by the negatives, you need to start considering the fact that if you don't take this opportunity and you don't act on your ambitions and on your goals, somebody else will. Now, there are opportunities out there. I think there are a lot of opportunities out there. I think a lot of people will overly speak about the negatives and lack of opportunities. A lot of people talk about the UK at the moment and say the UK is dying and there's no opportunities and you can't make it in the UK. Don't get me wrong, I think there's some things going on in the UK right now that are very difficult and make things difficult to live and to earn and to build a good life for yourself. But there are still so many opportunities. There's no excuse. It's just whether you want to take them or not. Because if you don't, somebody else will. And they will take the things that come with that. They will take the successes. They will reap the rewards. Whilst you are sat there doing the same thing that you've been doing for the past 5 years. There is a decision to make, gentlemen. There must come a moment where you decide, you know what? I'm fed up of this shit. I don't want to do this anymore. I want something different. I want something more. Because as I said, if you don't, somebody else will. And look, if you don't want to put in loads of effort and you don't want to be this successful guy, it's also okay. There are some people who are happy with having their own home and getting by. A safe place to stay, a steady job, that's okay. But I take it that if you're watching this type of content, if you are this deep within your self-improvement journey, clearly you want more. Clearly you are the type of guy who has serious plans and serious ambitions. So I say to you, it's time to get serious about your success. It is time to lock in. As I said before, if not now, when? And if not you, who? So look, guys, be the guy who stays in the game. Be prepared to do what you are doing for 10 years. Be prepared to build for 10 years. As Jim Rohn says, in 10 years you surely will arrive. Where you arrive is up to you. So look, guys, stop with the indecisiveness, stop with the procrastination, and stop with the stagnancy. You have a decision to make. It is my recommendation to you that if you want to be successful and you want to build something special, get started and stay in the game. Look, guys, I really hope that in one way or another you took some value from this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe to the channel, share the video with a friend, hit the like button. All of those things will really help the channel. And comment your thoughts down below. I'd love to know what you think, and I'd love to know what it is that you're going to be getting up to and changing this year going forward. And look, guys, if you are interested, I host a free men's Discord community. The link is down below. If you're interested, just join. And if you're interested in one-to-one coaching with me on a more personal level, hit the link down below in the description, book yourself a slot, and I will see you on the other side. As always, guys, thank you for your time and attention, and I will see you in the next one.